Well, it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to Upward Spiral Yoga with Greg Riley. It's Friday happy hour. It's the most accessible class of the week. And so welcome everybody. I know there are a lot of guests tonight. It's great to have you on board. I see some extra postage stamps joining in. We're here to have a good time, relax, feel better, and get ready for a good weekend. The way that I recommend beginning is just lying on your back, chilling out for 5-6 minutes. I'll give some guided meditation or guided relaxation techniques, and we can get to know each other. Welcome to all my Zoom friends who are my regulars. Great to have you on board. And so we got a good thing started. Lie on your back, take a load off. There's really nothing to see at this point. So it's more visceral than visual. And welcome everybody. Everybody fits in this class. It's yoga for everybody. We probably won't put our feet behind our head. That's the Saturday class. Welcome to Lynn Lopresto and all of her beautiful students. Lynn is a dear friend, and a friend of Lynn's is a friend of mine. So I'm delighted to have you on board. I teach an unusual brand of yoga, but yoga comes in a trillion different varieties for a billion different nervous systems. And the main thing is to find a yoga of your own understanding. So primarily relax, let go, take a load off, wiggle your legs out a couple of times. If you're a student, you're probably far too busy and you got way too much stuff going on, and a few minutes of relaxation will actually help you be much more productive, I believe. Nice deep breath if you haven't taken one yet today. By the way, no need to have your camera on. Mine's the only important one. And sometimes I even turn my camera off because I get shy. But if you're lying on your back, taking a load off, that's the main thing. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to just do nothing for a few moments. Welcome to all my Zoom friends who show up every Friday. Great to have y'all on board. Welcome to friends joining on my YouTube and Facebook live stream. We're all over the world, you guys. Swallow once, circle your jaw around, relax your face. And just breathe, sink into the floor. Our movement likely won't begin until 6:08. That's 5 whopping minutes from now. If you fall asleep, I'll wake you up. Let your eyes roll back. Nowhere to go, nothing to do for a couple minutes, nothing to accomplish, no agenda, nothing to push, nothing to prove, no one to prod, just the remarkable experience of being in the present moment. And if you can, direct your breathing down to your belly button, make a meditation out of the rise and the fall of your navel stem, and let our overly complicated existences distill down to the rise and the fall of your belly button. Simple, but not easy if you have a mind like mine that's always going a million miles an hour in a million different directions, to just come to the breath. Good. Now, I find a good relaxation meditation guided technique is to tap into whatever you're feeling right now. Breathe what you feel what you breathe, and sort of catch up with yourself. Listen to your body as you might a young child and feel what your body is feeling, and listen to the message of the body. That way, emotions don't accumulate and congest, and we don't want that. Backed up emotions lead to a host of troubles. So breathe what you feel what you breathe. Let your brain sink back. Let the patch of flesh that crinkles up on our forehead when we worry, let that soften and release and sink. Just breathe in. Breathe in deep down into the belly, feeling our feels. I find it to be a very courageous, bold thing to just feel exactly what I'm feeling sometimes without postponing it or evading it or denying it or trying to color it over with some different feeling, just letting the raw emotional resource bubble up to the surface such as it is, and the capacity, the courage just to have a look at it. About 2 more minutes on the back, and then we'll be doing cartwheels and backflips and handsprings. Just kidding. Although I would love to do those with you maybe in my Monday class. Okay, now take the biggest, deepest inhale of your whole year so far. Inhale, feeling everything that you're feeling. Big, big inhale. Fill up the vessel. Inhale a little more. Exhale, let it all out. Pull the plug, drain your brain, empty the vessel, just empty out. Just be a bag of bones, a sack of clams laying on the floor, as empty as you can feel. Space for something new to come in, a new inspiration, a new guidance, something new and fresh. Good. Now wiggle your fingers and toes, circulate feel good through your body. It's actually interesting how we can cultivate good feels inside of our body. Take your arms up to the ceiling, lace your hands up over your head, push your arms up over your head and point your toes forward and writhe around. And you might get that first thing in the morning stretchy feeling. It feels so wonderful. Big goofy grin on your face. We don't need to take not one bit of this seriously. And if you writhe yourself into ecstasy, that's fine with me. I think you should do that once a day. Good. Now draw your knees in, give your knees a hug. Roll around on your back a little bit like intoxicated turtles. Good. And then roll up and let's light this. Let's get this party started, shall we? We'll roll up together. Now, my friend Helga, who's a longtime student of mine, she raises her arms when she can hear me, which means I haven't screwed up the sound. Excellent. Hey, it's good to see you. My name is Greg. I've been teaching yoga since the turn of the century. And with the pandemic, I moved my teaching into online teaching. So it's great to have you on board. And I know there are a lot of new friends. So we're going to do something called joint juice for a few minutes. And what that means is we're going to go through all the different joints of our body with simple human ranges of motion. I'll give you a ton of options. Do what you can, leave out the rest. We're going to go for 60 minutes. Just follow along in the sequence, lose your mind, get involved in the sequence of movement, and something wonderful will happen. I truly believe that. I've been at this game for a long time, and I've seen a lot of people get healing, relaxation, and a deeper connection with their source, if you will. So just start with your shoulders, up, over, and around and down. So I'm polishing my kneecaps while I'm doing it because I'm a huge fan of multitasking. So I'm scrunching my shoulders up, over, and around, loosening up. And I'm also polishing my kneecaps at the same time because there's one thing I love, it's shiny kneecaps. 6, 7, 8, and then other way, up, over, and around. So back, up, over, around, and down. We won't do any particular range of motion that you've never done before. I believe the magic is in the sequence, how they're sequenced together, the timing, the surrender to the movements, the overall state of mind. 6, 7, 8. Good job. Now, one of the things I do in my class is I chant, and I chant the primordial sound of Om. Remember, you guys are muted. You can watch me and just laugh at my very non-operatic voice, or you can just belt out an Om and wake up all of your neighbors. You decide. Inhale to the top. Oh. Good. Now, Anjali Mudra, which means prayer hands at your heart, drop your chin. This is not a religious class. It's not a belief system. It's simply connecting with a higher sense of self. So this mudra, hands at the heart, eyes closed, chin bowed, is simply designed to cultivate a feeling of connection and presence, peace, peace, be still. Good. That's all it takes. Now we'll extend our legs out and we'll do something to a little bit of a wake-up call. We'll bring the feet in, plant the hands, bottoms up, lift up. You don't have to be some sort of circus performer. Just lift up, head back, stretch the front of your body that gets compressed from sitting at computer chairs all day long, studying. And come on down. Not bad. See how accessible this is? Now, from here, more fun. I'm on my back. My left ankle is over my right ankle. I'm grabbing my tippy toes. And we're going to rock and roll side to side like, well, intoxicated turtles. Just roll it out. Simple and easy. Okay? Side to side. Humpty Dumpty. Just rolling it out. Good. Now pause in the middle. Lift up your head and look up over your ankles if you can. Giving my ankles a nice little stretch. Good. Now switch the cross. Right ankle over the left. Grab your tippies. And roly-poly guacamole, just side to side. Loosen up your lower back, relax your kidneys, stretch your hips, have some fun, be weird. Many of my favorite qualities. These are just a few of my favorite things. Good, now pause in the middle. Lift up your head, look up over your ankles, stretch your knees down to the floor, just kidding. Good, now rest your head down for a moment. And with your hands still on your feet, roll up if you can. And if you can't, boy, have you found the right class. Look, so we arrive back to the top. Good job. Now, our legs are crossed regular style. I could go into lotus pose, but I just don't want to injure myself. I've got things to do this weekend. Simple cross is fine. Seated forward fold. Maybe you're just stiff as a boiled owl and you come down a little bit. Maybe you're one of those people who can clamshell all the way down and bring their head to the floor. We'll be here for about 20 seconds. The beauty of this kind of yoga is there's no comparison to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. Now, I like to wobble a little side to side, stretch the side seams of my body, and toggle my behind a little bit side to side. And what's most important is that you relax your hardworking hair, wag your shag, dip your do, hang your head, lose your mind. Let's get out of our left brains, figuring everything out. Swim into the right side of your brain. Good. Inhale, look forward at your bright future. Exhale, deepen a little, whatever brings you to the comfortable edge of your range of motion, mostly just clearing out the congestion of the endless patterns in our brain. Good, yogis. Come on up. Yogis is a term of endearment for a seeker. Good, now same hands behind you, legs crossed the same. Bottoms up, lift up. Cheers for rears, lift up. And sink down. Good. Now, an asymmetrical situation, yes. So switch around the cross of your pins, stronger cross if you want. Some people go flip into lotus and never couldn't. Now this time, pull back on your hips a little. Get a good strong base, arms in front. Inhale. Exhale, come down. There's no force. There's no bonus points for compound fracture or hurting yourself or popping your liver out or anything. Just come forward, move your head around, close your eyes, feel your feels. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Relax what I call the Bermuda Triangle, the juncture of your neck, back, and shoulders. Let those three areas spread apart. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, deepen. Good. On your next inhale, arise up, yogis. Same hands behind you and bottoms up. Some people can lift their hips all the way up to the ceiling. Circus performers lift up higher, inhale, and do come down. Good. See how easy this is going to be? You're going to feel like $100 at the end of this. Switch the cross of your legs. Now, some weird stuff that's indigenous to me. You lace your hands, thumbs up, and you draw your thumbs down your sternocleidomastoids, the big, thick, stalky muscles that define the side of your neck. Don't rub your thumbs on your carotid artery. You'll definitely have an altered state of consciousness. The side of your neck, broad, smooth, happy strokes. 6, 7, 8. Now, this might be the weirdest thing you do today. Who knows? You take your opposable thumbs. Thank God for these. You dig them in underneath the corner of your jaw. You relax your face into your hands, and you dig your thumbs. You massage your thumbs in a circle underneath your jawbone. It feels weird. It feels wild. It feels stimulating. You dig in there. Now, if you go deep enough, you'll find the button that pops your head off. Dig, dig. Good. Now, just hold steady pressure. Not too much, not too little, just right. Good. And mercifully relax your hands for that. Now, 8 good old-fashioned head rolls. Drop your chin, start your head to the left. 1. If you have a stiff, crabby neck, little teeny circles. If you still have the full factory installed range of motion, then have at it. Enjoy. Main thing is relax your shoulders. Maybe let the range of motion increase with each circle. 5, 6, 7, 8, and other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Now, believe it or not, we're going to relax our head down for 28 seconds. Shoulders relaxed, eyes closed, chin drops. And you're going to do this really weird thing, which is just be for a moment. Maybe you drag the breath along the back of your throat, creating what's called ujjayi breathing, making a little throaty, whispery seashell sound at the back of your throat. And you're just allowing the movement of the mind to quell. That's the ancient definition of yoga. Yoga is the cessation, the termination of the busyness of the mind. When that happens, something wonderful appears. Good, yogis. Now from here, we will bring our arms up, grab your elbows. And now, before you guys were born, back in the early 90s, we used to vogue a lot. So vogue with me with your elbows, strike a pose. There's nothing to it. This is what your parents did, kind of embarrassing. Side to side with your elbows. And after a while, your elbows will go a little further, but don't break your arms off. We need them later. Good. Now, right fingertips, left elbow. Move your elbow behind your head and lean to the right, poking your ribs out of your left side. Sometimes I use extreme exaggerating language because I'm an extreme exaggerating person. Now you're stretching stuff that doesn't get stretched very often, but probably many of you are youngins and do a lot of physical activity and are amazing physical specimens. Yay. Good. Now back up, left fingers, right elbow, work it behind your head and lean reasonably over to the left. Drop your right booty cheek down, poke the ribs out, cool your jets, soften your mind. Everything you ever want to accomplish in your life is already accomplished in truth and in spirit. So to connect with that will accelerate you there much more quickly. Good, kids. Arms up, arms out. Now we're going to do something called Bodhaka, which is coordinated or synthesized movements of arms and sequences. We do a lot of that with our legs, not so much with our arms. So arms out, arms forward, palms up, pull in, scrape your side, go back, bring your arms back around to the front, palms up, pull in, wear a little divot in your side. See, not only is it good for your shoulders, it feels good and it's fun. Two of my favorite qualities. Around to the front, and we exhale and we pull in. Now you pause with your paws at the side, and now we're going to do a yoga mudra. Maybe you've heard that. It's a particular insignia with our hands. Wrap your thumb in your fist, push forward with palmar flexion of your wrists, go out, circle back, go way back, and brush your kidneys. Push forward, that's exhale. The inhale starts in the big, wide circle. Internal rotation to go back. Brush your kidneys. Go forward. See how much fun? Who knew this much fun would break out? It is called happy hour. Go back and brush. Now, arms up to the top. And we're going to throw in another chant of Om because of the wonderful things it does. Inhale. Oh, push it out as long as you can. On one exhalation, it's really good for you and helps to quell anxiety and fear. Oh. Did you know learning to extend your exhalation longer in duration has been scientifically proven to help quell fear and anxiety? Do any of you ever suffer from fear and anxiety like I do? So breath work is good stuff. Inhale for a regular exhale. Exhale out. Good. Now we've been sitting on our butt for a long time, so extend your legs out again. Bottoms up, kids. Lift up. Now look forward at your hips. If you can bring your hips higher than your knees, you're probably young and you probably can stretch the front of your body more than older folks can. Head back. And sink down. Okay, and now for something completely different. So we're going to do happy baby. So we're on our back. Your cameras are off. Yay. You're going to take your elbows inside your knees. You're going to grab your big toes. And we're just going to rock side to side. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to roll and rock. This is going to make all of our problems dissolve, at least for a few minutes. It's going to stimulate endogenous morphines. Yay. We're going to be gushing with serotonin and dopamine from doing this. Yay. And it's good for you. Good. Now, lift up your head. We'll pause in the middle. Now, if you can get your knees on the floor without your butt lifted. Yeah. Good. Now, release your legs. Legs up. Legs together. Lace your hands behind your head. Rest your head down and widen your legs out, mild, medium, or Cirque du Soleil. And just stir your ankles around. 1, 2. See how we're going through all the joints of the body? There's a method to my madness, and trust me, I am mad. Other way, 6, 5, 4. Go wider if you can. Dig little holes out of the floor. 5, 6. Okay, point your toes like ballerinas. Lift up your head. Reach forward toward your bright future. Dorsiflexion of your ankles. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, stretch, 2. Squeeze your legs in together and roll up. Okie doke. I almost rolled forward into my back book. Okay, so back to cross legs. You know what doesn't get enough attention, especially if you work on a computer all day long studying for your various degrees, is the wrists. So we don't want to get carpal tunnel syndrome. So take your hands, turn them up, external rotation. A lot of people can touch their elbows together. Can you? And then just lay forward into your hands carefully. If you got stiff wrists, you really don't want to do this. And some people can easily bring the heels of their hands all the way down, drop your chin, close your eyes, cool your jets. Don't force. This doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, patient progress over a long period of time. Now, I kind of like rocking side to side a little bit. It's called walking your dogs, get you happy on. Not many of us actively, intentionally stretch our wrists, and then the forearms get tight. That spreads to the neck, back, and shoulders. That spreads through your body. And then, well, it's not good. Good. Now just lean into both at the same time, about 5 more seconds. The sensation builds, doesn't it, to a crescendo? We like that. Okie dokie. Now, this is called dorsiflexion. So we need some palmar flexion. So sit country style with me. I call this sitting country style. Now, arms up. Now bring your arms behind your back. Drag your hands up your back to your approximately the level of my bra strap, right about here. Pack the back of your wrists in your armpits. This is called chicken pose. Put your elbows inside your knees. If you can't, that's okay. Now, I've got a lot of friends, a lot of yogi friends. They can push their elbows, feet, and knees in together. That would break my wrists, and that would not be good. Drop your chin, close your eyes. And as you squeeze your elbows closer together, not only do you get a good palmar flexion of your wrists, but there's a lot of good lymph nodes and glands in the armpits that get a good squeeze. Drop your chin, close your eyes, lose your mind. It's happy hour. You've been studying all week long. It never ends. You're never going to graduate. Future's always out there. The future's right now. Enjoy this. This is the best time of our lives right here. Good kitty cats. I call my students kitty cats sometimes because I love cats. Now bring your feet in together. Now some merciful release for our wrists. Lace your hands and roll them around in front of you like your hands are belly dancers. I love this movement. I kind of get high watching it. Just side to side, rolling them out. Kind of a cool looking movement, isn't it? Other way. I'm turning 65 next week, and I think of most 65 years old people, I look way cooler than most of them. I'm not much, but all I think about. Rolling out our wrists. Good, then shake your troubles away. Shake, shake, shake. Now you can hear me do this because my fingers slap together because I've been at the game for a while. So don't worry about it. Good. Now, I call this young people talking to one another excitedly. So this is, you just really slow if you're tight, you're medium if you're medium, and you're hysterically fast if you can. You just won the lottery and you're telling your friends. Flap, flap, flap. Good. Now cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes, connect the feeling of your head, your heart, and your hands together vibrationally. That may sound a little metaphysical to you, but I'll go there with you if you want. Thought, feeling, and action. When these 3 faculties connect, we are unstoppable in the world. Plus, we're relaxing. And we're loosening up all of our body joints. Good. Now we'll come back. Now here's an interesting one. Your thenar eminence, the base of your hands, into the inseam of your knees. Just wag your knees out. Okay, maybe you're really just stiff as heck in your groins and hips. So you just wag a little bit. It's called priming the pump. You get it going. So it took me a long time from doing this to being able to lean forward and straighten my arms and straighten my spine. If you can do that, give that a go. It'll open up the hips, groins a little more. And if that's like, nope, that's not for me, just keep wagging your knees a little bit. Good. Now, I went to a yoga class with Greg and a reflexology class broke out. So I'm big into reflexology. I do a lot of body work on the bottom of our feet, or points that associate with all body points. So take your thumbs and massage the middle center bottom of your foot. In Ayurvedic terms, it's called Hridaya. It means the heart lung center of your foot. And so if we massage the middle center bottom of our foot, it helps to clear up fiery, hot emotions. Do you ever get angry or resentful? Me neither, but I know people. So I tell them to rub the middle center of the bottom of their foot. Now, just apply steady, consistent thumbnail into the middle center bottom of your foot. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, breathe what you feel, and feel what you breathe. Catch up with yourself. To me, yoga is the art and science of connecting small mortal self with infinite spiritual self, whatever name you like to give that. Doesn't matter what you call it. Doesn't even matter if you believe in it, but it's the taking action in that direction. Good. Now, pluck your thumbs out of your feet. Take these knees, squeeze them together. And I always teach pose, counter pose. So now the knees are together and you pull your heels all the way into your bottom, which is generally easier for younger people. And you wrap your arms. This is called cannonball. So it's the summertime. You wandered into your neighbor's yard. They're having a party. And you just do a big cannonball right on top of everybody and splash water on them. So keep rewrapping. Keep rewrapping. That's redundant. Good. And now just hold on tight. Float your head up. Drop your chin and experience squeezing yourself, which a lot of people don't do. They never squeeze or twist or compress their body. And so ick builds up, I-C-K, technical term, ick builds up. And just squeeze, 5 more seconds. Golly, we're 35 minutes in. We're 7:20, we're 7, how many times does 5 go into 60? We're 7/12 done, you guys. All right, now from here, just a little bit to make our cores strong. Just pray with your hands and feet. Just clap your hands and your feet simultaneously. Kind of fun. Close your eyes. This is a variation of Navasana, boat pose. If it's too much and you got to put your feet down, that's okay. Sometimes you got to put your foot down. Good. Then some fun breaks out because it's Friday and there's a bunch of new friends in class. So you grab your great toe, that's what they call them in Britain, elbows inside your knees, and you just play with straightening your left leg out. Probably won't straighten out all the way, mine doesn't. And straighten your right leg out. Woohoo! And lefty. Now, back when I was born and watched TV, we used to have rabbit ears, and that would give us better reception on the 3 channels we got. And then straighten them both out at the same time. This is called Yes, We're Open pose. This is the picture that's on my yoga business card. Just a good way to build some firmness, some strength, some fun. Good. Bring your feet back in. Now, stretch your left leg out. Take your right ankle, cross it over the top. Now, it's completely variable if you'll take your left shin and you'll fold it underneath. This is called yogasana or box pose. It's an external rotation. It's a hip opener. And if your knee is way up here and you're like, oh, ow, this is torture, just eat some popcorn and watch everybody else struggle. I do that a lot with the classes that I watch. Take your right hand, grab your right shin, grab your left toes from way down at the end. Make sure you grab from the end because then you'll be like Archimedes. Give him a big enough lever and he'll move the world. 6, 7, 8. This is where the elite meet to take good care of their feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm breaking out one of my old favorites because I know there's a lot of new friends. So maybe you haven't done this for a while. Now take your right toes and peel them open, kind of pull and crack and make sure that you twist them. Sometimes they'll start giggling if you do it. And then spread them open really wide, like they're tired of seeing each other. Give them some space. Open up them little piglets. And then take your 4 left fingers and zoom them in from the bottom all the way in. And if you haven't done this for a while, it might be kind of stuck. There might be stuff in between your toes. Gross. But now that you got them all the way in, do this weird thing with me. Squeeze your right toes into your left fingers. If you have really strong feet, don't snap your fingers off, and splay your left toes open really, really wide. Splay on this side, squeeze on this side, right hand at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes, and this balances the hemispheres of your brain via your corpus callosum. So it balances yin and yang, it balances intellect and intuition, it balances blah and blah, squeeze and splay. Be unusually happy for no contingent reason, then you're enlightened. Good. Now, try to extract your hand out of there. It gets stuck sometimes. Good. Now, from here, let's twist. All right. So we're going to do Ardha Matsyendrasana, which means half lord of the fishes. Bring your right knee in. Now, if you're kind of you don't do much movement, very much, just can you get your left elbow around your right knee? That's a pretty cool stretch for most humans. I like to take my hand and kind of tuck my tummy in. Now, if you want more of a twist, some of you are way more flexible than I am. I just take my left arm up, I hold my right knee in place, I turn to the right, and I hook my elbow outside my knee like that. If you can't do that, just have the elbow in front. Totes cool to do it like that. Now I lean back and tuck a little bit, left forearm up. Maybe you could grab the foot, or maybe you could reach down and grab your left knee. It's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of quality of movement. Turn your torso to the right, your face to the right, close your eyes. If you can lift your right arm and tuck it behind your back, it's a tighter, more compressive twist. Close your eyes. Don't think about nothing. Just be absurdly happy for no apparent reason. My favorite life strategy. Now, with your eyes closed, turn your face all the way to the left, even though your torso is going to the right. Now I got you tied up and twisted. You're squeezing old emotional, psychic, physical patterns out of your body. Inhale, and we will release out of that. Now from here, here's a fun one. Take your right shin and fold it under so that your knee is in flexion. See how we're going all over the map of our body? Left knee out to the side, right shin folded under. Now, a lot of my younger students, my frisky and fun-loving friends, they can interlace their hands behind their head. And I bet many of you can bring your right elbow down to the floor, but I bet many of you can't. So I love that the universe made us all to do different things. Just lean to the right. Note how this stretches the top of your right ankle and creases your right knee and pierces your right hip flexor. Just leaning in. This is my Friday style of practice. Mondays and Wednesdays, more cartwheels, more backflips, a lot of push-ups. Good. Inhale up, you guys. Now, arms up. Okay, now we're going to do a pose so more ecstasy fits in your body, which are generally back bends. This one's called Ardha Ustrasana, half camel. Hands behind you and lift your hips up, mild, medium, or circus performer. Lift up, head back. I call it movie star pose. Lift up. Good, you guys. Come on down. That's all it takes. Now, drag your right foot out, get a hold of it, and just circle this thing around. Wing it around. People don't do this enough. I wish they would do this in Congress. Get the senators all to do this. We'd all get along better. Wing your leg around. Now, more fun. Does your right elbow fit underneath your right knee? Don't worry if it doesn't. Just keep a hold of this thing. Take your left arm, swim it around like a backstroker, and zoom it under so that your elbow goes underneath your right ankle. Then you have these hands, these beautiful hands. And for some self-care, just scratch up your hair, pull on it. Everybody likes their hair pulled sometimes. Scratch, or maybe you hate it. Your little brother used to do it to you. Scratch up your head. This opens up your clown chakra. Good, you guys. Now from here, take your right anterior malleolus and set it outside your knee. Get your arm out of there so it doesn't get pulled off. Now we're going to do one of my favorite poses called Yogasana. And this is for cultivating a sense of calm and peace in the body. So you put your right forearm on top of your left. See how my wrists and my elbows line up. Now my hands, I don't want them rigid like this. I want my hands to relax. Chin level, close your eyes, put the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. And this facilitates in yoga terms, it's called Vayu. It's a bodily river of energy. There's said to be thousands of them, 5 primary ones. This is for Apana, the downward pulling energy that if you tend to feel restless or irritable or discontent, this pose, just sitting like this for a minute or so, will cultivate a feeling of calm and peace and serenity. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. You can trust the lineage of yoga for 8,000 years. Good, open your eyes. Now, open your arms for a big hug. We'll do some more shoulder stuff. Get those knots out of our neck. Arms back, fling your right arm under, grab your shoulders, and if your arms continue to fold up like this, these are called Eagle Garudasana arms. Take your elbows up and down. This gets those knots and pressure points out from underneath our shoulder blades where they go to hide. What part of our body is more hidden than behind our shoulder blades? So ups and downs. Beautiful. Now release these very same arms out to the side. Good. And now we're just going to be palm trees going side to side. And we're doing internal and external rotation. And most importantly, in technical terms, we're having fun, just being weird, side to side. I'm here every Friday. You can join me. You can't beat the price. Now from here, just put your left hand down for a second. All the internal rotation you can with your right arm, and open and in and around. Couple more. Keep doing that. Now I'm going to bring my arm behind my back. And a lot of friends, their forearm stops at their waistband. You might be able to crawl it up a little higher, or maybe even higher. I've been in handcuffs so many times I can get my hand way up here. Then you perform the Heimlich maneuver, left arm way up. Your left hand may stop, or whichever arm this is, I forgot. Left hand, whichever hand goes here. If you can connect, just either way, just work your crunchy, tight shoulders around and your elbows. This breaks up congestion back there. Go the other way. Good. Now release that. I don't know how I turned around. Okay. Now from here, undo your legs. Now we need to straight after all that bent knee stuff. This is called Dandasana, staff pose. You extend your legs out really strong. If you can hyperextend your knees and push your knees down, your heels might lift. That's a genetic predisposition. I do not have that. And Dandasana means arms up in Parvatasana and legs extending forward. Now lean forward like at the exciting part of a movie. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Just hold this spine firming, leg squeezing, spine tingling foot pose. Good, now we'll counter pose, hands on the floor, feet in, table, lift up higher, and please to come down. Excellent. Right leg out, grab lefty ankle, clock it over the top. If righty shin folds under, awesome. If it doesn't, boy, have you found the right class. I'm your man, okay? Now, grab your left toes and wiggle and twist and crack them. It's hilarious. They love to be twisted. Mine like to be pulled a little bit. Sometimes there's gunk in there, so get that out. Okay, now splay your toes open. Now, if you're right-handed, your right fingers are larger than your left fingers. You're going to have a harder time getting your right fingers into your left toes. So good luck. A little avocado oil helps. Splay open if you need. Take your left hand and grab your left shin, it's called, and circle it around. 6, 5, 4. This is good self-care. Your body loves being cared for like this. Other way. Everybody can do this kind of yoga too. It's not just for people on the cover of Yoga Magazine. I know a lot of them. I hang with the yoga royalty, just kidding. Now, squeeze your left toes into your right fingers as hard as you can. Splay your right toes open as wide as you can. The sound of one hand praying at your chest. Drop your chin, close your eyes, and balance the hemispheres of your brain. We know they're different functions. Left brain needs to figure everything out, have an answer for everything. Right brain, holistic, intuitive, big picture. It's nice to be using both sides on occasion. Squeeze and splay. Good, you guys. Now release out of that. Drag your fingers out. Okay, now that nice twist we did on side A, take your left knee, bring it in, and by golly, if you can just hook your right wrist or right elbow around, that's a dang good twist. You're well on your way. I like to tuck my tummy in a little bit, lean back. I'll brace myself on my left hand. Push the heel of your right hand way up to the ceiling. Lean back. Inhale. On exhale, empty, turn to the left, come forward. And I'm not exactly as flexible as I used to be, so I like to push my knee underneath my right armpit. That leaves this right forearm. It can remain here. The foot is a fun lever to grab. And also a fun lever is the right knee. Left arm behind you and turn to the left. Try to sit as straight up and down as you can, chin level, eyes closed. And if you can lift your left arm and tuck it behind your back, that's cool. Turn your face to the right, even though your chest is going to the left, and be in this beautiful pose called Ardha, half Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose, dedicated to the Lord Sage Matsye. Hold here. Every pose is a prayer. Good. Now inhale here and exhale. Now a beautiful counter pose. On this side, I can't do this. I'm having a wonky knee. Fold your left shin under and bring it down. Lace your hands behind your head and tilt to the left, maybe even bringing your left elbow to the floor. That's all I can do on this side until I have a little procedure done, but I can fake it with the best of them. I'm known for that. Lean in, maybe even turn your chest up. Good, then come on up, hands behind you, and lift up. Stretch the front of your body. Lift up as high as you can. Good, and sink down. Now bring your left foot out, take it around in a circle, wing it around, other way. Just hold on to it here or bring your left elbow and your right elbow under. And what we did on side A, just scratch up your head. We're in the home stretch, you guys, no more than 5 more minutes. Scratch your head, pull your hair. Good self-care. But now from here, take your ankle bone over the top of your knee, take your arm out, sit up nice and tall, left forearm on top of your right, relax your hands, close your eyes, chin level, place the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be in this very weird place called right here, right now. This is really good for anxiety or really makes you feel grounded, rooted, stable, connected. Relax your arms. Good. Side, side. Good. Now, right hand, left knee, internal rotation, external, internal, external. Good. Now, all the internal you got, left arm behind your back. Maybe push it up in between your shoulder blades. Be careful with that. Right arm up. Right hand behind your head is fine. If you note that your hands can connect, that's cool. Either way is fine. Circle your shoulders around. Other way. Break up accretions of emotional blockage behind our shoulder blades. There's a lot of inspiration, guidance, wisdom, strength back there. Good. Release. Arms out. Gently pull back. Fling your left arm under. Grab your shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. Love on yourself. Fold your arms up if they do. And then just ups and downs with your elbows. I swear, if I just learned this when I was a youngin', I would have saved a lot of pain, tension, knots in my neck, back, and shoulders. Ups and downs. Good. Now release out of that. Inhale to the top. And exhale out. Good. Now extend your legs out one more time. Bring your feet in. And one more counter pose, bottoms up. Stretch the front of your body, which most humans don't. And come on down. Now, many of you may have done yoga, but classes typically conclude with about a 4 or 5 minute. It's called Shavasana. It means corpse pose. In a moment, we're going to lay flat and totes relax for 5 minutes. Chant Om with me one more time, if you would. Remember, you're muted, so let it go. Big inhale. And feel that. So now, if you've never done Shavasana, boy, are you in for a treat. So I like to do what's called custom deluxe Shavasana. So I like to put one blanket where my head goes. I like to have one bolster or pillow where my knees go. Then you crawl your booty in, knees over the thing, lay back, support your neck, arms angle down by the side of your body. And about 3 minutes of absolutely nothing. Swallow once, circle your jaw around, wiggle your legs out a little, eyes closed, mouth soft, and just float merrily, merrily, merrily down the stream. 3 minutes of Shavasana equals about 8 hours of sleep if you're feeling wrung out, burned out. And I'll remind you when 3 minutes is up, and then we'll be done. Relax, release. Beautiful, my friends. Now slowly start to come back to your breath. Take your time, breathe your way back into your skin. Good. Now feeling like you're back inside your body, feeling your body weight on the floor, wiggle your fingers and toes. Circulate, feel good through your body. Soak up a lot. Gently draw both knees in, curl onto your right side in fetal position. All right, and with our eyes closed, we'll sit up to conclude, yoga style. And as we sit up, our eyes are closed, our spine is tall, we feel, well, you feel whatever you feel after going through. The hands park into the heart in reverence. The chin relaxes down, eyes are closed. Just a moment of peaceful connection with all that is. And then all together, the mighty Friday Night Yogis, all together we say, Namaste. Well, thanks all you new friends for joining. It was a real delight. Lynn, thanks for this amazing turnout of good friends. I do like to conclude with a quick gallery view. If you'd like to say hi, you do not have to. No obligation. If you're interested in my classes, all the links are right on the front of the website. It's right in the chat there if you'd like to have a look, and you can join anytime. So I'm gonna turn my other camera on, and there we go. Thanks, Lynn. Nice to have you on board. Thanks, Gisela. And looks like people are darting out. So have a great weekend. Look me up anytime online and do some yoga with me. Tonight was a very mild class. Some are much more frisky. Peace. Thank you. Nighty night.